Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back with another University Call of Duty Champ game. It's the UCDC Champs versus Burning Oziris, a French team, I believe. Unfortunately, due to some technical issues, the first game was not streamed of this best of 5. So it's a best of 5, Hardpoint S&D, Overload, Hardpoint S&D. First round Hardpoint actually went to the UCDC champs, so this is round 2, not round 1, but round 2, S&D on raid, Burning Oziris versus the UCDC champs. Right now, seeing Burning Oziris on attack, and they're already getting that plant down. I do love this kind of decisiveness from them. It's one player each down, another one goes down for UCDC champs. Oh, and now it's a 3v1. Blue could clutch up potentially, but unfortunately he just happens to not be looking the right way there. And the first round of this S&D is going to go to Burning Oziris. Plenty of rounds left in it. Let's see how it's going to go. The action was very quick there. Burning Oziris was very decisive to commit and get that bomb plant down. And that is something that I personally, ladies and gentlemen, do like to see from a team. Let's see how this next round goes, though, as defenders and attackers are switching. And it will be the UCDC champs now who have the burden of attack. And here we go. It looks like the UCDC champs are making a push onto A themselves. No team's got a pick just yet, although having that been said, UCDC just grabs a double. Tobes, is he going to watch that back? Is he aware that they're there? Well, he's seen them now. Unfortunately, he isn't quite able to hold down the fort, but Supremo Aladino comes in, grabs another kill, making it a 3v1 now. UCDC champs probably about to get that bomb down. They're planting A right now. Whilst Lou and Azriel here try and hunt down this last Oziris player. He does go down to Lou though, and that's going to make this second round a UCDC champs win, equalizing the score between both teams. Let's see this last final kill by Lou. Yep, just looking at the right place at the right time, allowing him to pick up that kill for the win. What I remember from the hardpoint game that unfortunately you guys missed, it was relatively close between the teams, although the UCDC champs did have a notable lead. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out again on this S&D. UCDC champs on defense, Oziris on attack. Looks like there's a big push down the middle coming in from Oziris. This is not a play that I'm familiar with, but it seems to have not done them wrong so far. Having that been said though, the bomb carrier does get taken out. Although it seems that UCDC champs are now the ones on the rope. It's a 1v1. Burning Oziris are going to get that plant down. Azriel not there to prevent the plant, and that does put time on the side of a Burning Oziris. Looks like that Oziris player is kind of flanking around a little bit, going for that rock/windows kitchen area. Azriel taking his time, trying to work out where the Oziris player is hiding. Time is not on his side though. There's only 20 seconds left before the bomb goes off. He's going to have to commit to defusing soon. The Oziris player is just sitting in kitchen. He's going to check. Yeah, and unfortunately timing was not on Azriel's side there. And that round is going to go to Burning Oziris 2-1. They're trading out right now, 1 for 1, 1 for 1. It was well played by Neptune there, looking at the right place at the right time. And unfortunately for Azriel, he goes down there. Now we're moving on to round 4 of this S&D. Okay, and we're back. Looks like UCDC champs are on attack, and they have got a nice little double there. Tobes is going to go for the plant onto B. It's a 4v2 right now, and time is back on the side of the UCDC champs. They have every opportunity to win this. Fortunately for them, Lou gets a little bit of a flank, and it seems like Lou got an overkill that round. I do believe he killed all 4 players. And that's going to equalize the score once again, making it 2-2 for the UCDC champs. Lose 7-2, definitely putting in work this S&D round. Fortunately for Osiris, the player wasn't able to pick up that kill there. And that has made it a victory for the champs. Look at these KDs here. We're now 5 rounds in. I'm seeing a little bit of donuts on either team. Tobe 0-3, Mellow 0-4 over there. Most of the kills across the board are relatively even, apart from Blue putting in work there, 7-2. And whilst I've been yapping, I see Burning Osiris once again making a massive signature push onto A. The bomb is actually planted without so much of a pick going down. Having that been said, Mellow does go down on the side of Osiris. Time is on their side. It just depends now on the UCDC champs if they can get those picks quick enough. It's a 2v2. Phoenix waiting in the corner, waiting to pick up an unsuspecting player. Fortunately for him, it doesn't work out. It's a 2v1. If these guys can just collapse on this last Osiris player, like they have just done, and there you go, they're going to get the defuse, and this round is going to go the way of the UCDC champs. It's a bit scrappy at the end there. I do like the decisive push by Burning Osiris. Unfortunately, they just couldn't pick up the kills to win. And that round is going to allow UCDC champs to take the lead, putting them 3 rounds away from winning this S&D. Remember, this is round 2 overall of this best of 5. UCDC champs already having won the first round. Still donuts on either team. Blue definitely ahead on the kills. Now it's the UCDC champs' turn to attack, and Osiris' turn to defend. Let's see what's happening. I think what we're looking at is a more decisive push onto B, who does get picked off in the middle of the map, unfortunately. That is UCDC's top fragger there. I mean, there's a clear intention for champs to try and get a plant in, but they don't realise this Osiris plays in the corner. Having that been said, Tobes does come in and ends his donut status, taking them out. I think the UCDC champs might need to be a bit more decisive here, as they're allowing Osiris the time to try and get in position. Now they've picked up a kill on the champs player, making it a 3v2 from Osiris against the champs. At the moment, both teams are kind of playing a frontal assault. There doesn't seem to be a wrap going on from either side. Champs realizing that the B-bomb might not be it, looking to make a push onto A maybe. Or was that a feint? I'm not quite sure. There's only 26 seconds left in this round. UCDC champs have to make a play soon. Looks like they're moving back towards the B-bomb. And they do get a pick. Tobes is going to go for the plant. It's going to leave Azrael to try and face off a 2v1. Unfortunately, he goes down. Now it's a 2v1. Tobes does get that bomb down, though, so there is an opportunity for the UCDC champ players to win here. Just depends on if Tobe can get the pick at the right time. Looks like the Osiris players are encroaching towards that bomb. But I think what they're really trying to do is get that pick onto Tobes before defusing. 24 seconds left for them to make their play. Both teams have kind of lost track of each other. Unfortunately, Tobes leaves his spot and gets caught out by Phoenix, and that's going to allow Osiris to take that round there. And there you go. Once again, the scores are equalized, 3-3. That's all that seems to be happening this S&D. Just going one for one, trading rounds. And here we go, Burning Osiris is back on attack. UCDC champs playing defense. Looks like these guys are trying their mid strat again. Does this mean they're going to go B or A? It looks like they're just going to cut straight through, actually. UCDC champs, though, they haven't actually pushed up too far, and that's kind of allowed them to catch out the Osiris plays a little bit to get a 2-piece. Having that been said, It gets traded out, but now it's a 3v1 against Osiris. Dexo with the pistol, though, making it a 2v1, sorry. Is he going to get that plant onto A, or is he going to try and flank back round onto B? UCDC champs definitely conscious that Osiris player was last seen around the A bomb. But it looks like he's going to flank round, get a plant on B. I think this is a wise decision. Oh, but unfortunately for him, the UCDC champs players wrap around. I completely missed that. And they shoot him in the back, and that's going to be another win for the UCDC champs, putting them 2 rounds away from winning this S&D. But if history has shown us anything, I think we might expect Fireteam Osiris here to equalize this defense. Let's not count the UCDC champs out just yet, though. Lou 9-5, Azrael 6-4, Toads and kills across the board for Burning Osiris. I think if Melo starts picking it up, the UCDC champs could be in trouble. Looks like the champs are making mostly a push both onto the A point and onto their own teammates as Tobes grabs another kill, but not quite on the team. That wasn't intended there. Oh! Tobes gets caught out. It's a scrappy SMG fight. Luckily for them, Azrael picks up the kills, and that's going to make it a 1v2. Fireteam Osiris know where he is. They've lazed him in on art. Unfortunately for the UCDC champ player, he wasn't able to pick up that kill, and as predicted, Burning Osiris do equalize with the UCDC champs. There you have it, UCDC champs now going to be put back on defense. Fireteam Osiris being put back on offense. Let's see what their plan is. Are they going to go A or are they going to go B? They do love this middle push, but it seems most of their players have actually gone to the B sides, and that is like their likely location to get a plant down. Fenix gaining ground, pushing up. UCDC champs not quite in the position they need to be in. Pushed back quite a bit, and that's going to allow Burning Osiris to actually get that bomb plant down. An attempted wallbang does come in on the Osiris player top bedroom, but it doesn't quite finish him off. And now it's a 4v2. Bomb is planted though, so Osiris do have some initiative, do have time on their side. Just depends on how they play things. The Osiris player gets traded out, but fortunately for the champs, they can't afford these trades, and there you go. He goes down, and this is going to be another win for the UCDC champs, putting them only 1 round away for taking this S&D. It has been trade after trade for these S&D rounds so far. If history teaches us anything, this next round will probably go the way of Osiris. But let's not count those eggs before they're hatched. Nice little use of hitfire there by Supremo Aladino. It seems to work out in their favor. Let's see if UCDC champs can bring back this last attack round and take this S&D, or if we're going to go one more round further with Burning Osiris back on attack. Let's have a look though. UCDC champs, it looks like they are going to be making a B-bomb push. Their player who went mid does pick up a kill though. That's going to give them the 4v3 advantage. Time still on Osiris' side though. Both teams playing very cautiously. He's trying to get that pick. Lou advancing on Kitchen, inches away from potentially getting a kill on the Osiris player. Azrael gets another pick. Lou gets another pick. Now it's a 4v1. That B-bomb is going to go down. Lou picks up another kill, and there you go. Osiris not able to equalize, making that S&D a win for the UCDC champs. Lou with a 2KD, definitely putting in a shift that round. A team effort though from both teams to win their respective number of rounds. But of this best of 5, it is now 2-0 in the UCDC champs' favor. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with round 3 of the UCDC champs versus Fireteam Osiris. in this best of 5, the UCDC champs have already won both Hardpoint and S&D, putting them 2-0 to their French counterparts. If they take this overload, that is going to win out this best of 5, and UCDC champs are going to bag another win. If Burning Osiris have any hope of reverse sweep, this is going to be the time. Right now we're starting off, everything's a little bit scrappy. Both teams kind of playing for kills, trying to get some sort of footing on the map so they can start moving that overload. 12 men has got the flank, and that could be the start of opening up a corridor for Burning Osiris to get a point in. Unfortunately, they haven't quite capitalized on this corridor, and they haven't moved quickly enough. They've grabbed the point now, but the UCDC champ should be in a position to respond, but they haven't got in front. But it doesn't matter, because Supremo Aladino is going to get a triple kill with the AR, and that push has been completely shut down by the UCDC champs, and now it's their turn to attack Osiris' spawn. Tobes getting in the back there, trying to open up a corridor, trying to get a pick. And that's exactly what he doesn't do, actually. Almost had it, but he was suppressed by the Osiris' teammate. He is going to get another flank. He does get 1 kill. He does get 2 kills. What a lovely pistol headshot. And there you go. The corridor right now is open for the UCDC champs to potentially score A. Tobes, he's doing the right thing. He's getting into their spawns, trying to delay their defense. But unfortunately, Burning Osiris get a free piece, and what could have been a score for the UCDC champs does not go their way. And now it's a Burning Osiris who are on the attack, absolutely tearing through the UCDC champs. I think they're going to score this point now. Yes, they are. The champs are not in a position to respond. And there you go. Burning Osiris get the first point of this overload. Congratulations to them there. The player does go down, but it doesn't matter. They've done what they set out to do. Let's see if UCDC champs can get a counter cap. It looks like there's some move on to White Wall from Asriel here. It does get shut down. The UCDC champs overload players kind of left alone, and that push is completely shut down now. I think it's Burning Osiris' time to get the counter cap. It's a bit scrappy, but it's kind of going their way right now. If Dexo gets this kill, they should be able to get this A plant. Fortunately for him, he doesn't see the champ player. And I'm not quite sure what route the Osiris carrier of the overload is picking there, but it has not worked out. And that's going to put the UCDC champs on attack. Lou picking up a nice double there. Gets the triple. This could be the opportunity they need to score, and that's exactly what happens. UCDC champs equalize that overload, and it's 1-1 on the scoreboard. Supremo Aladino 11-5, 10-7 for Lou. These people are absolute fraggers on the UCDC champs team. Tobes does go down, trying to make a corridor for the champs to get a point, but right now it's a little bit scrappy. No team quite has a foothold. If anything, I think Burning Osiris is now the team to come up on top. 12 men and trying to get a foot into their spawn. Doesn't quite work out. Phoenix does get the kill, but it's so scrappy, and I don't think the corridor's quite clear for Dexo to get that scoreboard. And as times are wasting, the UCDC champ players spawn up, and that overload cap is looking ever more distant for Dexo right now. He's kind of left by himself. There was a Cyrus player in the champ spawn, but it wasn't really enough to lock down that corridor. And unfortunately, Osiris has lost their opportunity to cap that point. Having that been said though, the UCDC champs don't have a corridor onto the Osiris overload point, and it's actually Osiris who might get a counter cap here. Looks like the way is clear. Toes with a clutch SMG kill, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, and Osiris is now up 2-1 on the overload. Their kills are almost completely even across the board, definitely showing some teamwork there. UCDC champs a little bit more scrappy. Asriel 6-15, a little bit behind, but he has been carrying the overload point. There's less than 30 seconds left until half time now. Unfortunately, Lou doesn't catch the top blue player. And the UCDC champ players are just getting eliminated left, right and center.
And it looks like any hope they have is dwindling away of getting one more overload before this round ends. They are up in force. They've got one more push. It just depends on if they can get these picks, which they are doing. It is possible. But unfortunately the overload player is targeted and he goes down. And now it's halftime with Osiris 1 point in the lead. This could be the start of their comeback on the UCDC champs. Blue, unsurprisingly, the best play. Getting a nice little triple kill. And it was that triple kill that I believe allowed UCDC champs to score a point. In fact, he actually gets an overkill to compound with their overload, as he actually gets 4 kills there. So well done to Lou there. Definitely one of the top fraggers of UCDC champs across all games. Supremo Aladino also putting in massive work, as is the rest of the team. As is all players. Burning Osiris definitely got even play there. And now the sides are swapped. As is the start of every SCAR overload, it's a little bit scrappy. Tobe's trying to get a flank here, as is Asriel, trying to get a pick onto the green tower player, which he does manage to do. Burning Osiris in turn has flanked the UCDC champ player. Tobe's elected to leave that player in the back. Is it going to work out? Yes, it does! And that allows the UCDC champ players to equalize their kills now. Their overload points, sorry. leaving the score 2-2. Let's see which team is going to get the next point. Unfortunately, Neptune does get a kill onto Lou, stopping UCDC champs from really getting much headway into pushing up here. Burning Osiris has now stacked this side of the map, this side of the corridor with their players. And that corridor is definitely close to the UCDC champs to try and get that overload in. Looks like the overload has now reset. And really the battle lines are still a bit scrappy. It looks like it might go the way of Osiris here. Depends if they can get the kill. They don't there. So really things are stuck in place. Scrap after scrap, trade after trade. That's not what either team really needs. It puts UCDC champs on the defense, but really they want to be attacking. Burning Osiris though, they've got the numbers up. And they probably will be able to shut down this push. Just depends on Asriel here. He does get the pistol kill, but unfortunately gets grenaded by his own teammate. That might come back to bite them. Supremo Aladino though, he's locking down some of these kills. But actually they forced the spawn of Osiris into red, which would have been fine if they played for the A point, but unfortunately they played for the B point and it stopped them from getting that overload. Oh, a nice little final shot there from Phoenix. Oh, what are we playing? One in the chamber, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that. Phoenix with the triple pistol kill. That's what we like to see. The overload player may not have an SMG or an AR, but he's still more than capable of getting kills and contributing. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere too much, as neither side really has a corridor open. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time for either side to get a mountain of overload kills. Speaking of overload, UCDC champs do get another, clearing the corridor. And that's allowing them to get 1 point ahead of Burning Osiris, 3-1. Having that been said though, the corridor is clear for Burning Osiris to score this. Dexo can absolutely get this point, and that's exactly what happens. And the score is equalized once again. UCDC champs not quite paying attention to the fact that Burning Osiris had absolutely stacked that motel point. And once again, the game is stagnated, 3 for 3. There's not enough kills on the board, I don't think, for Osiris to, for the champs to get that overload. They do get a nice little double kill on their own teammates though. And that might open the way for UCDC champs. In fact, the corridor is clear. Oh no, I didn't realize Dexo was not a champ player. And there you go, unfortunately the corridor was not clear. Champ was able to shut that down. And depending on how these kills go, it could be a point for Osiris. It's not though. And once again, we're stagnating 3 for 3. Both teams scrapping it out. No corridor quite clear yet. 1 minute left on the clock. Otherwise, it's overtime. Ashwell does get a nice double. Those Osiris players are up. Unfortunately, I think maybe the Champs players needed to commit there. Just like Lou did, and he does score with 40 seconds left on the clock. UCDC Champs, 1 point up. All they got to do is prevent Burning Osiris from getting one more point, and they have won this best of 5, and they're slaying out right now. They are determined to stop the Burning Team Osiris players from getting that point. Oh, they are clearing out a corridor to maybe score again, and they do! 23 seconds left on the clock. UCDC Champs making the correct play to not play too defensively, and that allows them to have a 2-point lead over Osiris with only 15 seconds left on the clock. I find it very unlikely now for Burning Osiris to win this game, and that is going to allow UCDC Champs to win this best of 5. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. UCDC Champs win 3-0 against Burning Osiris. I didn't really know what way it was going to go there. The hard point was kind of close, but the UCDC Champs are winning quite decisively. In the S&D, they were trading 1 for 1 until the UCDC Champs really won last minute. And that's exactly what happened again on the Overload game right here, trading point for point until at the last second, the UCDC Champs were able to cap 2 points. And that has allowed the UCDC Champs to win this best of 5.